any of us as old as Father Jamie? Old enough to remember those old Coke commercials? How did they go? I'd like to teach the world to sing what? In perfect harmony. Ooh, I'm not the only one who's old enough to remember that, right? Those old Coke commercials, that's really what we celebrate in today's feast of the Epiphany. Not the old Coke commercials, but how it is that all of us one day will be singing in harmony. All of us, the whole world singing in harmony, because we all recognize ourselves as brothers and sisters at last. Amen? Amen. That's the vision of that Coke commercial. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. All of us throughout the world singing together. Wow, wouldn't that be something? We get glimpses of that from time to time in celebrations of the Olympics or in other times when people from different nations are brought together and celebrate together. In today's second reading in the letter to the Ephesians, the author tells us that God has had this secret all along, and that is that all of these nations would be brought together. Before it was us and them. We were the Jews, they were the Gentiles. And what does today's second reading tell us there at the bottom? No. It's no longer us versus them, but they are part of God's saving plan. So the next time you try to exclude someone else from your life, from your heart, from whatever groups you're part of, wait a minute, that is not God's way. Next time you try to exclude someone from communion or try to tell them that they're living in sin or doing whatever, wait a minute. All of us, that's what's so great about the independent Catholic tradition, right? We recognize that we are Catholic, universal. All of us together are called to God's saving plan. That's today's second reading. All of us. In today's first reading, what's happening? The glory of the Lord is shining in Jerusalem. Why? Because all nations will know God's glory. God's glory is not just for us that we're going to keep here for ourselves in Jerusalem. What will happen? All nations will come. And they're going to come on their dromedaries, their camels from other nations. And they're going to come bringing gold and frankincense. They're going to come because all of us are coming together now. Isn't it nice that at Christmas, we often celebrate that for like a day, a family coming together? Maybe there's a day of peace. Maybe not. Because we're all realistic enough to know how life really is, right? We know how life could be. We read about that all the time here at church. How life could be about loving and living in peace and forgiving one another. But we also know how life is at times. Which is why we continue to hold up that great vision of all of us living as one. Wouldn't it be great? Today we celebrate the Feast of the Epiphany. That light bulb going off for the Magi of who Jesus was. Wouldn't it be nice if the light bulb went off for us more often and we recognize the presence of Christ in others? Were the Magi Jews? Were the Magi one of us? No. But they recognized the presence of Christ. And so now they are one of us. Brothers and sisters, there is no us versus them. We're all brothers and sisters. Wouldn't it be great if that light bulb went off in our minds every day and we recognized how it is that we're all related to every single person throughout the world, that we all should be singing in harmony? I love the tradition that we share at the end of Mass on Epiphany. It's the sharing of the Rosca de Reyes. It's a ring-shaped bread, and there's something baked into it. What's baked into it? Images of the child Jesus. Can you see the child Jesus when you look at the bread? It's inside. It's baked in, and you can't see it. But it's in there. And isn't that how Christ is in all of those people around you? In all of those people around you, Catholic and non-Catholic, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, you name it, all of us around the world, Christ is in us. If only we could recognize the presence of Christ in others, and instead of excluding them and pushing them away, inviting them in as one of us and singing together in harmony.
This is Father Jamie's Sunday Sermon. Watch it, like it, share it, live it, go.